Welcome back to Wrestle, This and
That.
I'm your host, Brother Rick, and this is my co-host,
Brother JUAN.
No doubt. And of course, it is time for What Do Don Think?
Yeah.
We got a good question from one of Don's buddies, Mike Myers. And the question is, he believed that there is going to be a brand split between the Authority and Shane McMahon. One is taking Raw, one is taking SmackDown. He wants to know, Don, what do you think about that?
All right, well, here's what I think. It can be okay, but it all depends on if they decide to let them utilize all the wrestlers or if they do this draft again.
You like the draft?
I don't like the draft at this moment because we're already getting a lot of really good feuds, right?
Yeah, we are. We're getting a lot
So if you start breaking them off, then you almost force you force new feuds, but it may end up being feuds that we've already seen before because you can't utilize anybody on that other side.
But you have that opportunity to draft every year.
You're right, you do.
know,
But
you
for
can-
1 year, wrestling could go completely stale. Just suppose that they draft individually, and Raw's like, ooh, I like the trombone. Ooh, I like Big E. And SmackDown says, I want Kofi.
Well, you know, if they would be smart, they'd keep them together.
Right,
That
exactly.
That would be the smart thing.
Exactly. But if that's how the draft went,
And
then
that's
all of
where
a
they go.
sudden, then you just got your biggest baby, the New Day, which they are the biggest baby right now.
Right now, yes.
I mean, they walk out and everyone goes nuts. So all of a sudden, you take a risk of breaking that up. Suppose one takes Gallows, one takes Anderson.
Yeah, but 9 times out of 10, they would draft the ball on one side.
Right.
Probably even individually, they probably would. But I see your point that what if that would happen?
Right.
You know, and then yeah, it would be
You know,
devastating.
you got a great feud between Owens and Zayn. What if they get broke up? All of a sudden, you don't have that feud anymore.
No, you have to put them to somebody.
And then it could very well end up being back to Owens and Ambrose, which, well, hey, that is a great series, but I've seen it 15 times. I don't want to see it anymore.
played that same song before.
So I'm totally cool with one taking one show and one taking the other show, but I think as of right now, why things are booming, I would hate to have a branch off and go. I almost think sometimes that reduces ticket sales too, because what if SmackDown's roster isn't good, and then I know SmackDown's coming to town, I know I'm not going to see the stars that I really want to see, and then I'm likely to abandon SmackDown. Thus, the attendance falls, thus it makes it look like the show's not doing well. So, if they let them keep the full slate of rosters and they go show to show, I'm totally down with that. I think that the Authority still has some tricks up their sleeve that they can have, and Shane's already shown that he's done a great job.
Right.
So I'm okay with one running one show and one running the other one. I feel that way sometimes anyways. SmackDown's already to the back, so if you're asking which one I'd rather choose, I think that I'd keep Shane on Raw, and then I'd move the Authority over to SmackDown and let them see if they can do something.
Right.
But like I said, the draft itself would scare me a little bit just because I think that you could lose some potential rivalries that are just starting to blossom or rivalries that I can already kind of put in my head that I already kind of want to see.
Right.
Now, if wrestling was still in its like tube and it wasn't good like it has been since WrestleMania's ended, then I could see the draft because it's like, let's fill some things out. Now, the one perk about the draft is that should mean another world championship.
Of course. A new one.
And if that happened, then I guess I'd be all right with it because having 2 world champions is always cool.
It's always good as one.
As long as they don't ever do the thing that they tend to do, and that's have the champions fight the champions, and then we.
Well, I would like to see champion fight champion, just not for the champion.
Right. So then you go. So then the championship gets
hung up.
unite it,
Yeah,
and then you just have one championship belt again, and then boom, the brands are over. And that's normally how the brands end up coming back together.
Yeah, that's how they
so,
end
so to answer your question, Mike, I think it would be cool if they do go in on separate shows, but they both get the full slate of rosters and choose to do what they want with it.
Well, there you have it, Mike. There's the answer to your question, brother. I got another question for you.
All right.
Who's worse, Cena or Reigns?
Oh boy. Oh man.
That's the answer right there.
Well, I'm wearing my Roman Empire shirt, and I'm still a fan of Roman Reigns.
I'm still a fan of Roman Reigns.
I know that you're not big on Cena,
No.
but I enjoy Cena. So for me, it really kind of in the ring. I think Cena has actually more arsenal. On the mics, I definitely know that John's better.
Oh my God. Yeah.
By a million times.
There's no comparison right there.
I would like to see, and I don't know why they don't do this. I know it's like prestigious and all this stuff like that, but man, I would like to see Roman defend the title outside of pay-per-views. You don't have to make him lose. Hell, you might not even make him lose at the pay-per-view, but at least let the title get defended. I like watching the title get defended. That was my favorite part about Cena having the strap, is I always knew that there was a possibility that he could lose, but I was always curious to see who was going to take the Cena challenge.
Yeah.
So
that is a whip.
So I think that the crowd probably actually likes John Cena better.
Yes, indeed.
So
No doubt.
on my part, I think that John Cena is more polished than Roman Reigns, but I still think there's a lot that they could do with Roman Reigns.
Yeah, he's a bad guy.
And whether it's as a bad guy,
they ain't gonna do nothing with him as a good guy.
as a good guy or the guy.
I'm the maybe they can work with the guy, but they can't work with either.
So I mean that's a great question in itself.
That's his new catchphrase.
That is his new catchphrase. I'm hoping the shirt comes out.
And then he laughs about it.
I know.
I'm not.
He came out this week and he goes, I don't know if you guys have heard this yet, but I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a good guy. I'm the guy.
That dude is a horrible.
He cut it quicker.
horrible, dude.
You go ahead and you. Yeah, he still really needs to work on those promos.
Oh my God! Nobody's helping him. Nobody's helping him.
Just watch him crash and
Jeez,
burn.
they sit there and criticize him, but they ain't helping him.
So, like I said, I think that Roman, he needs to put a little bit more moves in. Like I said, I've been calling it for this for a long time. I would love to see a different finisher. He's big, he's strong, some kind of cool finisher. I'm just not really big on the spear because sometimes it looks like he does nothing more than just
hit you and lift you up.
He just kind of hits you right.
And the Superman punch ain't working for me.
And the Superman punch, I mean, I like it, but it's not a finisher. I mean, it's fine with the signature, but
it should be a setup finisher. I'll hit you, you spin around, and then I spear you at the same time. Then that would probably work. But he got to go over in the corner and look around the crowd and hit his fist. By the time he do all that, I'd have had breakfast and dinner.
So I think that
Cena
is more polished, and I definitely think the crowd likes him better.
All right. Well, I got another one for you, bro.
All right, I'm ready for another one.
With Roman Reigns winning the WWE World Heavyweight Champion,
it was an exciting
the title. Yeah, it was. Do you think the WWE Universe is focused on him? Are they focused and interested on the NXT call-ups?
Oh, I definitely think they're more focused on NXT call-ups.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I don't even think it's close. I almost think that that's why some of the NXT call-ups got called up, because WWE knew it was going to take a wrestling on putting the belt on Roman Reigns. Now, with that being said, they've given us a matchup that we haven't seen yet, with AJ Styles being the number one contender.
Yeah.
And
but they still don't have him looking like a champion.
They've got everybody excited, though, that it is time for Roman to lose the belt.
Yeah. But they don't have him looking like a champion.
That's true, because
why? Because like you said earlier, he's not wrestling he's not wrestling on SmackDown. He hardly ever wrestles on Raw. He's in a segment. He's not in a segment. He gets he get ambushed from the back.
Yeah, so far since ever since Roman has won the belt, he hasn't even defended.
Nothing.
Once. In fact, he hasn't fought.
Yeah.
He came out and he said that was when he first cut it. Guys, I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a good guy. I'm the guy. And everybody came, all 4 of them came out, set up that match.
Right.
Then he came out, I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a good guy. I'm the guy. AJ Styles came out, let him know he was #1 contender. Last week, I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a good guy. I'm the guy.
I'm a horrible guy.
And then he got jumped by the gallows. They got tired of hearing about it.
Big boot to the face.
And then wasn't on SmackDown at all. So there you go. I mean, that's what they've done with Roman since he's been a champion, is talk and cut the exact same promo.
I'm going to see if, I got one more thing, we're going to call it quits. I'm going to see if you know the 5 wrestling moves that WWE banned.
Oh, I don't. The curb stomp, the pile driver,
Not Sting's bat either.
yeah. Not Triple H's sledgehammer either.
Yeah. They still use those.
That's cool. Let's see,
ringing out the table, they can use that.
Like I said, I knew for sure that the pile driver, I knew the curb stomp, obviously. That's all I got.
He taking a nap.
That's all I got.
Well, number 5, curb stomp. Number 4, the pile driver. Number 3, Randy Orton's punt to the head.
Oh yeah, I do remember them saying
Number
he couldn't
2,
do that
the
anymore.
shooting star press. The one that Brock Lesnar messed up on Kurt Angle. No more of that because he almost killed himself. And number 1 is the chair shot to the head. They can't do that no more. They said, listen, you're already getting in the ring dumb. We can't make you dumber. We can't keep hitting you upside your head and knocking screws loose. But that was the 5 wrestling move that WWE banned. And that was also, what do Don think? Guys, keep sending your questions to me and sending your questions to Don. And we're definitely going to mention your name. We're definitely going to mention the question and have Don answer it for you.
Now, guys, we'll have Raw coming up. Like I said, it should be exciting. Just if nothing else, we get an in-ring debut.
Yes, another one.
I'm sure we'll still see more of Apollo Crews. I was about to say Crews.
And with the Vaught
the
villains.
the Vaught villains. Yeah,
Hopefully
Enzo
they have a
Cass.
match on
I mean,
Raw.
you got a lot of things that are building up, as this will be the last Raw before Payback.
The payback.
And we
Have our
will
predictions?
definitely have our predictions next week, barring one of us passing, I guess.
No, don't say that. I've been sick a lot. No, but you know,
Hey guys, life happens.
life happens, and the thing is that, you know, people battle with things, and I've been battling with a lot of stuff, so I just have to beat it. That's it.
That's right.
And that's what's gonna happen. But Lord forbids, we'll be here on Monday night, and we'll be here on for SmackDown also, and Rico's Room Report, and what the Don thing, and we'll definitely have our predictions, and we're gonna try to kick things back into gear and put things back on track.
And now we're out because we're going to go buy tickets for SmackDown.
SmackDown is coming up this Tuesday, May 3rd.
May 3rd. So not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah, because this Tuesday, we still have the pay-per-view. We get the first SmackDown after the pay-per-view.
Right,
Remember?
the next Tuesday. A week after.
Week after, there you go, perfect.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because look,
I just took off for the third.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's when it is, the 3rd.
All right.
But look, we still have a Tuesday this week.
got another week, yeah.
And then boom. There it is.
10-4.
So we're going to go grab our tickets, and you guys have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for watching.
I'm Brother Rick.
I'm Brother Don Juan.
We're out.